Two big decisions, in a couple of key abortion fights have come down this week. The Supreme Court ruled it would not intervene to stop Texas' restrictive abortion law, while voters in Albuquerque rejected an abortion ban. Texas Governor Rick Perry is applauding the Supreme Court's decision not to block the state's new abortion law requiring doctors who perform the procedure to have admitting privileges at nearby hospitals. In a statement, Perry said in part, "This is good news both for the unborn and for the women of Texas, who are now better protected from shoddy abortion providers operating in dangerous conditions." Meanwhile, voters in Albuquerque, New Mexico rejected a ban on abortions past 20 weeks, with 55% voting against and 44% voting in favor. Joining me now is women's health advocate Sandra Fluke. Sandra, thank you for joining us yet again.
Thank you.
So what is your reaction to here you have justices on one side and then an opinion from voters on the other? What do you believe that tells us?
Well, I think it shows us where the fight is on reproductive justice right now, and it's really about access. And people who are living these lives, who know women who have these circumstances, realize that they need to have access to these services. But we're going to have to continue to fight this both at the ballot box and in the courts as well.
And obviously, with that said, the ballot box gave one result, the courts another here. How does that affect the strategy moving forward? We know that the next step in Texas will come down with an appellate court, I believe, in January there.
That's right. Well, something to keep in mind is that what the Supreme Court said is that they weren't going to stop the law temporarily for now. This is a case that we do expect to be in the Fifth Circuit and then probably make its way back up to the Supreme Court again. So this is not the Supreme Court saying that this is a constitutional law.
Right.
This will be an ongoing legal discussion. But in Albuquerque, there was such a strong message from voters. This was a record-breaking turnout for this kind of special election, and by 10 points they said that they want women to be able to make these decisions for themselves.
And to your point regarding the Supreme Court decision, Justice Stephen Breyer said, although the injunction will ultimately be reinstated if the law is indeed invalid, the harms to the individual women whose rights it is restricts while it remains in effect will be permanent. That was the dissenting opinion here. Cecile Richards, of course, with Planned Parenthood, the president of the organization, says this is outrageous regarding Texas and unacceptable, and also demonstrates why we need stronger federal protections for women's health. Your rights and your ability to make your own medical decisions should not depend on your zip code. And that is the fear that we are looking at from Governor Perry's reaction to the vote in Albuquerque, these state-by-state battles.
That's right, and that's why the measure that Senator Blumenthal and Representative Chu introduced in Congress last week is so important. This is the Women's Health Protection Act, which is the federal government stepping in and saying we do need to make sure that women everywhere in this country have not only the legal right, but the reality to be able to access the reproductive health care that they need. So this is a proactive step to make sure that these types of state and local measures don't undercut women's access to health care.
Sandra Fluke, thank you so much for joining us today. We greatly appreciate your time.
Thank you.